So we're back from Halton and the sun is now shining, thank goodness. We seem to have missed spring this year and just gone from winter to summer, but we're not complaining because the sun is shining and the grass is very green, and we can get rid of our thermals and our polo necks and just be outside and happy. So Houghton was good on the whole. We had a good week. It was very weird to be at Halton and see mud and a lot of green grass. So that did feel quite different. I went there with 5 horses, which for me was plenty. 2 in the 2-star, 1 in the 3-star and 2 in the 4-star. So it was a few different dressage tests and courses, which it always seemed there weren't enough hours in the day at some of the days, but we got through. I would never normally go to a 3-day with so many in one week, but with us not having the events as normal, I tried to get as many there as we possibly could do. So, but they were all good boys and girls, really. We had 2 in the 2-star, which Cooley Goodwood was 3rd, and Cooley Kan Do was 10th, and so that was exciting. 2 in the top 10 there, and they both jumped to double clear and went really as well as they could do. And so that was very pleasing. They're 7-year-olds, so they've got, a nice little qualifying result to start the 7-year-old campaign off for trying to get to Le Leon later in the year, if that still goes ahead. And so that would be the idea with those guys. And then I had a 3-star horse which jumped really well and just made a couple of very expensive mistakes in our dressage, which was sort of can happen, as we all know, but it was too expensive for where the horse is at. He's done very good tests the last two tests he's done at intermediate level, and we're getting quite consistent, so that's always very disappointing. The beginning of the week, first thing to go when you think he's the one for a really smart test, and we know he's very capable of it, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And we'd always love to just have a button that we can go stop, pause, rewind, let's just do that 2 minutes once more, because we can definitely do that a lot better. But a couple of expensive mistakes, but he jumped really well to just squeak inside the top 10 as well, so that was exciting for Diablo Joe. And then I had a couple in the 4-star. Sportsfield Top Notch was brilliant, actually. I was delighted with him, little Puff. Probably one of the best that he's gone, really growing up and establishing into a very nice horse, and gave me a fantastic feel cross country, which was very exciting. He again finished, I think, about 10th or just outside. I had 3 time faults, which was probably quite unnecessary, but there was he's still green enough at that level, and I'm still going out slightly holding his hand and getting the job done. But I don't think, how he felt round it, he doesn't feel like he does need his hand held, and so, which is really exciting for the future, because he did give a fantastic feel. Again, a nice consistent dressage test, probably quite similar to Burnham Market, with not really any mistakes, but I'm now getting to the stage that he's got a little bit established at that level now, that I can start being braver with him and go for more movement and more expression of him, rather than just, educating him in the arena to stay with me and just teaching him to be settled and do a safe test. So I'm excited of stepping up with him again. And I had my little Vanir Kamira there, which I didn't run her. It's been so hard with these these older horses that rely on Badminton and Burley, and it's a desperate situation for all concerned, really, with the poor owners and everything. Of she's always been a horse that we've got through one days, and that's been what she's had to do, just one or two of them before Badminton or Burley, and she's never particularly liked one days or performed, gets very excited about them and is much better when she arrives somewhere very important, and she has all week of just my attention, which she needs, and Ames. She likes Ames all to herself and me all to herself, so trying to fit in riding her a few times a day and trying to settle her for her dressage and all the rest of it is pretty time consuming, but she's pretty, she's pretty excited. She's ready to go, and so she wasn't that settled. There was a few oohs and ahs in her dressage when she actually started off very well, I thought, and actually did one of her better tests, but, hit a little bit of mud in the corner coming round to her shoulder in and got slightly unbalanced, and then broke into canter and, then stopped and cantered and stopped and cantered and stopped, and I was like, we're meant to be trotting on a shoulder in, so we lost 2 whole movements of cantering and stopping, which was a real shame, because she probably would have had actually a very good mark for her, but we got a 1 and a 2 on our dressage sheet, and a 3 and a 4, because we didn't get trotting in our medium trot till once we were beyond deck, so it was very a real shame. But anyway, there we go. And she was very excited to show jump, so we always feel like we're going hurdling. And so we didn't run her. I just sort of thought there's no point. It's quite good for her education to go to an event and not just go flat out everywhere. She lives for the cross country and she's fairly nuts. And so sometimes it's about going to these events and just trying to think it's not always flat out. She does go to Bicton. Obviously, Lemoulin's now off. We have a long discussion with the owner, but you sort of think you might as well do something. Like we say, they're not tennis rackets. You can't just put them in the cupboard and bring them out if something gets going. She's 16 years old, and it's just really quite hard to, think what these horses have got. When they've been there, done it, and they're made for the really big stuff. They, it's quite hard dropping them down levels and get the same enjoyment or results for the owners from them. So, but anyway, so that was that week. There was, I was really pleased for all winners of the classes there. I thought it was great. Emily King won the 2-star, and I thought that was fantastic and much deserved, because it was on the horse that she led the dressage at Thoresby at the end of last season, and she had a fall on the flat cantering through a gateway which had got a bit muddy and brought the horse down, which was such a shame, nearly getting to home. So I thought that was really cool that she had a win on him, and much deserved. So that was very good for her. Well done, Ems. And then Rosie, she won both 3-star sections, which shows the class of Rosie. She is just I think top class, and a fantastic teammate. I call her Champ because I was with her when she won the Worlds. And she's a champ through and through, and she's just a such high class. She's a pleasure to watch, and so it was great for her to have a double in a 3-star, 2 3-stars. So that was really cool. And then Long Will, I call him Long Will, Foxbit, bats out inside the time and wins a 4-star. I thought that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He always goes everywhere at the one-day events or the shorter ones, going round slowly, and yeah, he went for the win. I just thought that was brilliant, excellent. So 3 fab classes, 3 fab winners, and so that was all very exciting. But they all came out of it well, and we were meant to be going to Mill Street, but because the owners couldn't go, we then pulled out. So we actually weren't entered. We hadn't got entered for anything else, so we got a quiet weekend at home. However, I am taking Brookfield Innocent and Quality to the OI at Little Downham this weekend, just as a school, as a prep run. Both of them are best doing something. There's been 2-3 weeks since they ran at Aston, and I would be taking them show jumping or cross-country school or something before they go to Bicton anyway, and thinking that the ground is as good as it is at the minute. We might get a short window that, and the ground at Little Downham is always usually very good, so it'll be great there just to give them a little, just a school before Bicton. So we're off there this weekend. So we will, but a quiet weekend, and then Bicton next week. Anyway, we will keep you posted. Bye.